Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, we're going to get started on 24-hour temperature cast. A little different set of numbers, just a little different this morning. This is that first little step before we take the much bigger step towards cooler coming by tomorrow morning. And notice this afternoon, not going to be up there flirting with 80 or into the 80s. A lot of us may struggle to get out of the low 70s today. And I am expecting numbers that start with a 4 tomorrow morning, which is where temperatures are supposed to be at this point, now smack dab in the middle of November. Any of the showers from yesterday, it didn't amount to a lot of rain, but it did bring a little something out there to some of those thirsty lawns, gardens, and greens. That's all east. The boundary is now moving all east. The energy with it is way off the Atlantic coast. Everything is moving out and higher pressure settling in to take over for the next couple of days. Expect all kinds of sunshine today and all weekend and dry conditions. We'll watch these dew point numbers fall through the 50s and through the 40s. All that plays into this setup that'll give us some very seasonable November weather all weekend long. It is still 61 at the Tallahassee Airport with a little breeze from the north. Thomasville, we're a bit cooler at 55. Got that breeze from the north. And in Valdosta, somewhere in the middle, 59. Also a breeze from the north. And I do think we will notice that breeze, especially for the first half of the day today. It'll relax a little bit more later on, but I think breeze will be noticeable throughout our Friday. It's 54 in Blakely, 55 at Camilla, Bainbridge and Moultrie at 56, Live Oaks at 57. I see that 58 at Apalachicola, but Mariana and Perry at 60, and the airport in Tallahassee, the warmest spot at 61. Here's that breeze, mostly from the north and mostly up to about 10 miles per hour. I think that's going to continue for a big chunk of the day. I do not expect fog to be a major player because we do have that breeze and we're going to have that air drying out. So far so good. Visibility's all up near 10 miles. Not a lot coming down the road now behind that boundary. Higher pressure settles in the way the upper part of the atmosphere is working out. That should help to continue pushing this away, and it will clear things up for a couple of days. There's going to be another push of even cooler air by the middle of next week. So I think we're going to talk about another step backwards in temperatures by the time we get to like next Wednesday or Thursday. And maybe as that next boundary gets here, if it can find some moisture, we can talk about another chance for some rain. But that's not till like next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So got several days before we get there. Futurecast for the time being is going to have a whole lot of nothing. And I think that's the way it plays out. So look for lots of blue skies, I think all weekend and into the first part of next week. Let's talk tropics. This is what Sarah looks like. Definitely still has some organization, bringing big rain to parts of Central America. This is where the storm is, and this is where the storm likely will end up losing its structure and its integrity. Now, we'll see if any of that tropical moisture can find its way back into the Gulf. We'll continue to watch. Of course we will. But when these systems interact with land, especially at this point in the year, it's really difficult for these systems to continue. And that's why we don't get too crazy about long-term computer projections. We need to see what's going on before we start talking about what could happen down the road a piece. On the Gulf today, north and northeast winds 12 to 22, a little breezy for the boaters, seas up to about 4 feet. We'll call it bright and cooler, 50s and 60s this morning. Sun will be up at 7:04. This afternoon, it's mid-70s. In the warm spots, not everybody's going to get that warm. Sunny, seasonable, and a little breezy. Hey, we'll talk full moon, by the way. That'll be tonight, mid-40s. Clear, cooler. Should be a pretty nice night to be out, especially if you like the cooler November weather. And we're going to have that, I think, all weekend. Lots of sunshine and some very pleasant conditions. We will talk next shot for showers middle of next week, and then another pushback on those temperatures.